This coffee's actually cold because I made it like 20 minutes ago. But it still tastes good. So I'm just drinking it mindlessly at this point. Oh, goodness. How's it going, everybody? Hopefully you are having a fantastic day. Let's address the water buffalo in the room. I'm dressed I'm dressed poorly today. The reason being is because I'm actually sick, which is not fun for anybody, but I am nonetheless sick, so I'm home, so I have time. So I decided to make a quick video about something I've been wanting to talk about for a little while now, and that is my favorite things that I have received for free from brands in 2019. This is kind of a fun topic because this year I've really taken like brand sponsorships and working with brands a lot more seriously, so I've gotten a lot of really cool stuff in the mail, and I wanted to take this as an opportunity to talk about that because in the year 2020, I plan to talk a lot more about the brand sponsorships and how I do that and how I go about dealing with brands and getting collaborations and that sort of thing. So I felt like this would be a fun way to kind of introduce that series and just show exactly what sort of benefits there are to reaching out to brands and getting to work with brands. So these are in no specific order. These are just some of the fun things that I thought of. I was like, I really got really excited when I got that, or I was really pumped when this showed up in the mail. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get right into it. Number one is my wallet. This is the Shell Cordovan. Come to find out, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. I think I've been saying Shell Cordovan. Definitely saying that wrong. The Shell Cordovan, I sound much fancier now. Shell Cordovan Johnny wallet by Loyal Strickland. I received this wallet probably back in like March or April. And this is a really exciting thing. It's not really that exciting to most people, but Loyal Strickland was one of the first brands that really took a chance on me as a content creator. So I was really pumped when they agreed to kind of work with me. And this was something that I'd seen on their site and I really wanted to snag and use as my everyday carry wallet. So long and short of it, after a couple of photo sessions and whatever with some various products they had, they sent me this one, and it's been my everyday carry ever since. It's got a fantastic patina on it. I love this wallet. It flips open like that. You keep your cards right there. You keep a little bit of cash right there. Bob's your uncle. Shell Cordovan wallet by Loyal Strickland. Yeah, it's still smells fantastic too. Anyways, I spilled some of my coffee. Next up is this. Not my keys, but this little flashlight. This little flashlight is the Beta QR V2 flashlight by Prometheus Lights. Now, I very much so understand that this video probably seems like it's going to be all completely boring stuff because people are like, who's into wallets and flashlights? Trust me, it's gonna get good in just a second. But this is something that I use every single day and I really enjoy this little guy. It's got 3 brightness modes. It's got 1, 2, and 3. It does get relatively bright and it's made of a completely brass housing. So I actually got a copper one and I got a brass one. I gave the copper one to my friend Wonka. I've been using the brass one and I use it almost every single day. You never really realize just how frequently you use like a flashlight on your phone or you're in need of a flashlight until you actually get one and start carrying it every single day. And this being on a quick release makes it really easy for me to just reach down, rip it off of my keys, turn it up, and then see whatever I need to see, pop it back on my keys. Beta QR V2 by Prometheus Lights. This little guy, ooh, I use this flashlight literally every day, so this is a good one. Next up is the half-gallon Rambler by Yeti. Now this is a really big deal for me. You're kind of like, okay, it's a bottle. Why is that super exciting? Well, number one, I really wanted this bottle, but number two, this was an opportunity for me to work with Yeti. And Yeti is a huge company. I mean, everybody and their mom at some point or another has heard of Yeti. So it's a really big deal to get to collaborate with them. But they sent me a full gallon and a half-gallon Rambler for me to take photos of and then to use going forward. And to be honest, the full gallon is huge. I actually gave it to somebody else just because I had no use for it. We had no space in our apartment for it. and I just never used it. I use the half-gallon all the time, but this is pretty much a daily carry for me. It's just a half-gallon bottle, and it keeps water cold for I think up to 22 hours, which is just an insane amount of time to keep water in here, but it'll keep ice as well. It'll keep it cold and solid for about 22 hours. The cap unscrews like that. It magnetizes like that, which is honestly like the big selling point. People are blown away when I show them that little fact, but it's really fantastic. Anytime I get ready to go to work, this little bad boy goes with me. I fill it up at work and I drink on it throughout the day. I try to drink 2 of these a day. I'm gonna be honest, the last probably 2 or 3 weeks, I've been lucky if I get 1 of them down, just because things have kind of been crazy at work. And anyways, this is fantastic. Half-gallon Rambler by Yeti. Also, I'm gonna link all of this stuff down below so you can go find all of these things that I'm talking about. But yeah, half-gallon Rambler by Yeti. It's fantastic. Maybe you need one. Maybe you know someone who needs. This is not cheap. It's pretty expensive. This is like $100 for this little bottle. So I was really glad that I got it for free. But anyways, half-gallon Rambler by Yeti. It's pretty great. Alrighty, next up, the SUDIO Tolvs. Now these are little wireless earbuds. They pop out like that. They go in your ear like so. Case closes back up like so. These are kind of competitors to the AirPods in the sense of they do basically the same thing. You've got the case that you can charge them in. It's a charging case. It's got a little USB-C port on the back. You throw them into the case and then it charges them, and then you pull them back out and use them again. I think you get like 4 hours of playtime, 5 hours of playtimes on the earbuds themselves, but this charges them like 4 or 5 times, I think. So yeah, honestly, I love these. I actually love these little guys so much that I have an extra pair coming that I intend to give to my wife. Now, I didn't get these directly from SUDIO. I actually got these from a company called Bespoke. Bespoke is a monthly subscription company that you sign up for, you pay a monthly fee, and they send you a box full of goodies every single month. And you actually get to choose your box, and you know, you get to choose what comes in it and that sort of thing. And this is one of the options that they have at Bespoke. Now, I've been working with them for several months now, so I've gotten several really cool things in the mail. This just happened to be one of them, and I actually reached out a couple days ago about getting another box, and it was kind of delayed, and they apologized and they said, hey, can we send you another box in the meantime until we get the current box sorted? And I went to their website, they still had some of these left, and I said, let me snag another one of those. So they've got another pair coming for my wife. It's pretty great. By the way, this isn't sponsored. Did that sound, it felt very sponsored-ish. This video is not sponsored by anyone. It's sponsored by me because we don't do sponsors on this video, not yet. Next up on my list of favorite things that I've gotten in the year 2019 from companies is this. Well, you can't really see it. It's this little microphone right here. This is the Rode NTG 4 Plus. So it's an XLR boom microphone intended for use on like cinema cameras and that sort of thing, but I reached out to Rode back at the beginning of the year and they were super cool, and they actually sent me the Rode NTG 4 Plus for free, which was just fantastic, and my audio quality has never been the same. This just sounds fantastic. If you had heard what my audio quality was like months ago, you would definitely understand why this is such an addition to my setup. But this is not the only thing I've received from Rode. I've actually got this. I've gotten a Video Mic Pro Plus from them, and I've gotten the Rode Wireless Go from them, and I may or may not have another package in the mail right now. Another little new thing for me to review, which they were so kind to send me. But that's for another video. For right now, we're talking about the NTG 4 Plus. The Rode NTG 4 Plus is a fantastic microphone to use if you shoot videos in a studio like I do. This isn't a studio, it's my apartment, but you get what I'm saying. It is a bit difficult to work or to use in the sense of it's an XLR microphone. It doesn't take an 8-inch cable like a DSLR camera typically uses. So you have to run a 1/4-inch cable from the microphone all the way down to an external recorder, and then at that point you've got 2 options. You either record directly onto an SD card in the external recorder and then sync the audio up in post, or you find a workaround like I've done, and then you run an 1/8-inch cable from the headphone jack on the recorder around up to your cable, so this audio is baked into my camera. Just makes things way easier when I'm editing. If none of that made sense to you, or if it went over your head, I'm really sorry, but just all in all, this microphone is fantastic. I highly recommend this microphone. Next up, is my Virtuoso Plus grinder by BARATZA. Now again, this was a huge opportunity for me because BARATZA provides grinders to people who use them in their homes. They provide them to coffee shops and roasters and all sorts of stuff. They've got all sorts of grinders, but they're really good at what they do. And as many of you and probably all of you know at this point, I'm a huge fan of good coffee. So when BARATZA was like, hey, do you want to work together? Obviously, I jumped at the opportunity. They sent me the Virtuoso Plus for free to take some photos of, and I kindly obliged, and I must say, this grinder is fantastic. It's a burr grinder, not a blade grinder. A burr grinder just gives you a more consistent grind every single time, which I'm a huge fan of. And also, working with BARATZA has opened doors for me to work with much larger coffee companies as well, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Next up, Thursday boots. Now this is a big deal for me. My wife and I very much so appreciate good clothes and high quality fashion and that sort of thing. So nailing a collaboration with Thursday boots was a huge deal. These are the Terracotta Captains by Thursday Boots. Now they're a leather pair of lace-up boots. They're handmade in small batches. Thursday Boots is a company based out of New York. I'm not sure if they're all made in New York. They're incredibly durable. They do a fantastic job of keeping my feet dry. Like if it's raining outside, I'm not wearing sneakers. I'm usually wearing like a pair of sneakers like Ultra Boosts or something like that. But when it's raining outside, no ma'am, we are doing the Thursday Boots because I can always depend on these things to keep my feet dry, to keep my feet warm. I love these. I wear these probably 3 or 4 times a week if we're just being completely honest because they look fantastic with literally everything that I wear. And I mean, they're wearing in really nice. I probably need to put some sort of like conditioner on them to like make them look nicer, but I'm lazy. Terracotta Captains by Thursday Boots. These are just, guys, I mean, it doesn't smell like feet. It smells like leather. It smells like a cow. Okay, it's getting weird now. Moving on. Okie dokie. Last, but certainly not least, is this. This is the Stagg EKG electric kettle from Fellow. This probably doesn't seem like a big deal to anybody, again, because probably most of you aren't like coffee enthusiasts, you know, whatever. But I am. I very much so appreciate good coffee and good coffee equipment. And so this was a really big deal for me. Again, Fellow is a huge brand when it comes to coffee and coffee shops and roasters and things like that. So this was just a huge deal to land a collaboration with Fellow. And I'm gonna be honest, it was hard earned. I reached out to Fellow at the beginning of the year about working together and they didn't have anything. They said follow up in May. Followed up in May, don't have anything, follow up to us at the end of summer. Followed up at the end of summer, nothing. They said follow up closer to the end of the year. And it was right after everything kind of went down with BARATZA that Fellow said, hey, we've got some stuff opening up. Would you finally like to pick up one of these kettles? And I said, yes, please. So they sent me the kettle. They sent me a couple of other things from a company called Barista Hustle, but right now we're just talking about the kettle. So this is a slow pour gooseneck kettle. It's an electric kettle. It's got a little base on it with a knob that you can use to adjust the temperature. You can use to hold the temperature, that sort of thing. But what's fantastic about this is it heats up very quickly. Pour water into it, you set it on the base, click the button, turn it on, and within probably 2 to 4 minutes, it's completely heated up to a very precise temperature. I mean, you can get it down to a single degree Fahrenheit or Celsius. It's also weighted beautifully. It's actually got water in it right now. I'm not gonna pour right now, but it's weighted beautifully in the sense of you've got so much control when you're doing a V60 or maybe you're making a Melita or you're making a Chemex or whatever it may be. It's got so much control and it's just a fantastic kettle. I could not be more excited about this. And again, this is one of the more recent collaborations that I've nailed down and it's really exciting. And to be honest, it's opened up a lot of doors, some of which I'm not entirely allowed to talk about just yet, but it has opened up a lot of doors. I'm very excited about stuff that's coming down the pipe. But yeah, doesn't it just look nice? I mean, this looks like, it looks like something out of Star Wars almost. By the way, still haven't seen The Rise of Skywalker, but I'm keeping up with The Mandalorian. It's good, people. The Mandalorian is good. And that is my list of my favorite things that I've received from brands throughout the year of 2019. Now, it's really important, right here at the end, I'm just gonna go ahead and let you all know, No brands paid me anything for any of the products that you saw in today's video. I wasn't paid anything. Yes, I did get them for free, but they didn't pay me a single dollar. No one is sponsoring this video. No one asked me to make this video. I'm simply making this video because, again, in the year 2020, I really want to open up a bit more about working with brands and what it's like to be a collaborator or to be a social media influencer. So if you like this video, if you'd like to see more videos about being a social media influencer or content creator or photographer or videographer or whatever the case may be, hit the subscribe button. I'm hoping to put out some more videos, especially come the beginning of the year, really start pumping videos out, talking through my process of collaborating with brands and working with brands to where you can get to do stuff like this, which is, again, really cool and not nearly as hard as most people probably think it is. Also, don't forget to like, and please, 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 leave a comment down below. I love when you guys leave comments. I love getting to talk with you. So if any of this stuff was interesting to you, or if you just want to chat, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to talk to you guys. And yeah, that's basically the end of it. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I guess I'll just plan to see you in the next one. Peace.